Hola chicas, how are you? Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Jennifer Vasquez and I bring to you once a week little tricks and important information about your hair, your skin, beauty tricks that I had experienced personally, okay, or had learned throughout my years of a professional hairstylist, okay? So, this week, matter of fact, this whole month, I'm going to be talking about hair in general and things that you need to know, important things that you need to know about your hair. This week, we're going to start with fine texture. Yes, so if you're one of those gals that have really fine hair strand itself, okay, not just about if you have a little bit of hair, more about the strand itself. So check in the mirror, see how it feels. You know, if it's like in between fine to medium hair, this video is strictly for you. I think you're gonna find it really informative. I hope you guys like it. Now we're gonna talk about 8 different facts that I think are really important and fun facts as well, okay, about fine hair. All right, you guys, here's the video. Fact number 1. Do you know that you're not supposed to wash your hair every single day? I'm sure you have read it in magazines or have seen it in probably social media, or even your own stylist probably had said stop washing your hair every day. And it's true, you guys. It's really true because our own body kind of builds these natural oils, okay, to hydrate the rest of your hair. So if you're stripping those natural oils from your hair every single time you shampoo your hair, then you will end up having more frizzy, puffy hair. And removing what your own body it's trying to, it's like Mother Nature, almost like your own body is giving it to you, okay? And so it is important not to wash it every day. Number 2, if you really, okay, with like capital really, have to wash your hair every day because let's say you're a nurse or maybe you're a veterinarian or I don't know, you work in construction or you work out every day. That's another one I get. I work out every day and I sweat, so I have to wash it every day, okay? If you have to, okay, just for those that I really have to, like I said, you can, have you guys heard of the fake wash? So this is what I want you to do, okay? Let's say that, you're one of those gals, so you go in the shower, get in the shower, and you're going to essentially skip that shampoo. So you're still doing that part, okay? You can wet your hair, use maybe like lukewarm water to rinse out dirt, oils, whatever that is in your hair, okay? But you don't want to skip the conditioner, okay? You still want to do that step. So like I said, your routine, although you are wetting your hair every day, right? But you are essentially, like I said, you are skipping that shampoo. So you're still alternating it, which is what we had recommended previously, right? But also that's in a way tricking yourself and your own body to get used to this new routine. Because some people even had tried that first before they go to every other day shampoo, especially if you're one of those guys or girls, right, that you feel like you're overproducing oil, especially on the scalp, and you feel like, no, there's no way I can go a whole entire day without washing my hair. Like that's horrible. My hair is gonna feel bad. So let me tell you that it takes about a week to 2 weeks, depending on the person, for your hair to get used to and identify. This is how smart our body is, to identify that you're not washing it every day. And so what happens is that your body stops producing all that oil because it doesn't need it, because you're not stripping it every single day. Isn't that interesting? Number 3. Now, if you're wanting to use hair treatments or hair mask, any of that matter, right? Because let's say you finally stop washing your hair every day, and now all of a sudden you're more interested in taking care of your hair, and you want to control even that frizz, because a lot of times frizzy hair comes from hair that is not enough hydrated, okay? So let's say you want to get into a routine for hair mask, okay? You want to make sure that whatever product you're buying, and I'm not going to name out brands or anything, this doesn't have to do anything with brands at this point. It's more about finding a product that is specifically designed for your fine texture, because you're not going to buy something that says, oh, heavy hydration and all these things. That kind of stuff is designed more for thicker hair, okay, and not thin hair. So don't expect the same results if the product itself is not designed for you. That's why we constantly recommend on getting the products that are professional, okay, or that you buy it at a salon because you have someone trained like me explaining to you what works better for your hair type, for your own routine, for your own particular case. Number 4. Now, I have some clients in the past that had said, oh, I don't condition my hair. I never condition my hair. I never do that, okay? Or I never put any oils in my hair. I never put any leave-in conditioner in my hair. I just use gel and hairspray. Well, let me tell you that even if your hair, it's a little bit oily on the scalp, even if your hair is fine, it still needs some of the hydration, okay? I can't say it enough, okay? Especially if you use a lot of hairspray and if you use a lot of gel or like sea salt spray or products that essentially are drying your hair. Over time, you need to replace that hydration at least, you know, once a week or, you know, twice a month, I would say, okay? So you want to make sure that you are still conditioning the hair after you shampooing, and that you are using either some oil, okay, that obviously is not heavy, that is designed for your hair type, or a leave-in conditioner that is going to rehydrate your hair, even if you're going to use that hairspray that you love, that I love as well. But a lot of hairsprays in the market, okay, has high content of alcohol, so over time it's going to dehydrate your hair. Therefore, as a result, you'll see more of a frizzing type of hair. Number 5. Now that we're talking about conditioning the hair, hydrating it, you're probably wondering, how often should I do it, okay? Especially that, you know, if you haven't done the research out there, there's so much stuff out there. Now, as a professional hairstylist, what I recommend specifically for fine hair or fine to medium hair is to do your hair treatments twice a month, okay? So some of the things I recommend is like when you go to the salon, if you're able to, add that conditioning treatment, and doesn't have to be anything fancy, just like a nourishing conditioner, conditioning or hair mask, okay? You add it to your service when you go to the hair salon, which let's say if you go once a month, and then you buy a little package that you can do at home as well. So that way, whatever you know, whenever you feel like your hair is starting to lose that luster, that shine, that softness, then at least you have the product at home, okay? But yeah, about once or twice a month, I think it will be just perfect and enough for you. Number 6. All right, you guys. Now let's tap into styling products. That's another one that is really interesting to talk about. What will be ideal? If it's right for me, which tool is right for me. I mean, there's so many questions about it, okay? But like I said in the beginning of this video, I'm not trying to focus on brands or anything. It's just more of like, okay, this is the basic information that you need to know for your fine texture, okay? Now, when it comes down it comes down to a blow dryer itself, right? And like anything in life, I always say, you want to have a balance between the blow dryer, okay, so the hot tool, and air drying it, okay? It's not like the one is better than the other one, okay? What is best and the best approach is to some days do this, some days do that, okay? So for example, if you're in a routine that you wash your hair every other day, like I'm recommending, you want to do maybe your blow dry, and it doesn't have to be anything fancy, okay? Meaning like the whole round brush or whole blowout, okay? But at least use that heat, right, and that stroke of the blow dryer once a week, okay? Maybe you can pair it up with like whenever you're actually doing a hair mask, right? And you can dedicate that day to a me day, right? You do a mask, you do a hair mask, and then when you're done, you blow dry your hair, okay? And why is it important to still blow dry your hair, you know? And although, I mean, you want to use a thermoprotectant, that's for sure, right? But it is important because sometimes, especially if you're getting in the habit of using hair masks and treatments, right, and then leave-in conditioners, a lot of times those products, including your natural oils, okay, they get stuck on your roots, okay? And some people mistake that by like, you know, dandruff or some type of like skin issue, and that's not what it is. What it is sometimes is just the build up of all the products that you've been using maybe, let's say you're not scrubbing your hair in the shower like how you should, right? Or in the proper way, and you're letting it air dry on top of that. Like everything is just getting stuck on the hair shaft. It gets stuck on your roots eventually, because as we know, the root area ends up like just like sucking everything everywhere, right? So it just I don't know what I was going for. I forgot my thought. But point being is that you want to make sure that you're round brushing the hair, okay? If you can bring out, that round brush is even better, because you're essentially just scraping the round brush and scraping off whatever is still on your scalp, okay? And at the same time, because of the heat, it's melting all those products, all those good oils that you have, and distributing it from roots to ends, okay? Because a lot of times, like I said, all that good stuff, or that cocktail of good stuff, right, it gets stuck here. So by doing the round brush or just melting the product root to ends is going to benefit the rest of your hair. Number 7, a must not to do. Okay, I know I'm telling you guys a lot of information, and most of it is just positive, maybe little tricks here and there, and encourage you guys to get in a better routine with your hair. But you also need to know what not to do, you guys. One of the things that you should not do, it's go to bed with your hair wet, okay? And I'm not saying that necessarily you have to pull out the blow dryer and do the whole trick, right? But at least air dry it. So if you're one of those gals that take a shower at night, make sure that you allow your hair to be at least 80% dry before you go to bed. And the reason why is because a lot of times when we put the head on the pillow in the pillowcase, we are creating that friction. Therefore, over time, we're just enhancing that frizzy hair, okay? And the hair can also break. Number 8. Now that we're talking about, and I caught your attention on what not to do, another thing that I just really worry about is hot tools. Not just a blow dryer, okay, the blow dryer is fine, but I'm talking about tools like the flat iron. Nowadays, you can find these tools with the heat going all the way up to 450. I mean, back in the day, they were only allowed to be sold to us because we needed it for some like keratin treatments or certain treatments that we needed that product to melt on your hair. So therefore, we used the flat iron to melt that product. But nowadays, I mean, we can buy any of the stuff at Ulta or on a website or whatever, and they give you the option to, have the 450 degrees. And a lot of us, we don't know what the hell we're getting. So we say, okay, well, I need all the heat I can because I need to control that frizz. And so you spin that little wheel all the way up to 450 when your hair does not need it, okay? That is just for a special occasions, meaning or special services, or maybe for someone that has more of a thicker hair and it needs a little bit more of that heat to relax the hair. But in your case, when you have fine hair, you don't have that many layers in your strand itself to compensate for this heat, okay? So if you are going to use that flat iron because you love it, number 1, don't bump it up to 450, okay? What I recommend is anywhere between 300 to 400 max, okay? That's if you're gonna do something really quick. I recommend more like 350, I would say, and don't do it every day, okay? Really important. So in a matter of 6 days, if you're doing it, 4 days out or 5 days out of the week, narrow it down to 2. Okay, that's how important this fact is, because like I said, the more you do it, the more you're removing those layers, and essentially what happens is that your hair breaks, creating like white ends, white split ends, or dryness, especially on your ends, okay? And it's also going to make your hair color fade a lot faster, because every time you're passing that flat iron, okay, the toner is melting together with those pellets or the flat iron itself, and so your hair is only gonna, not only feel drier, it's gonna get a lot more porous, but your hair color is gonna fade a lot faster, especially for those gals that have fantasy color too, okay? So like I said, I love my flat iron, I love it, but you have to be very careful. Really important too. don't forget the thermal protectant if you're going to use the flat iron, okay? Especially if you're trying to let it grow and you want to have this long silky hair, you want to hydrate, okay? You want to use your thermal protectant and be very, very careful with your hair. Well, I hope you guys think that this is really helpful, you know, that hopefully, you know, you either knew all of them and this is just a way to reinforce it, or maybe there's some stuff that you didn't know about that maybe you're going to take it back home and start creating this new hair routine for you, specifically for you, okay, for fine texture. Like I said, what I want you to really pay attention is this, you guys. So you want to make sure that you're hydrating your hair, especially if you're trying to let it grow, okay? And if you're not getting your regular haircuts, you want to hydrate, okay? But it doesn't mean that you want to use heavy stuff. So find things that are specifically designed for your hair type or your hair strand, okay? And also to be very careful with that flat iron, okay? And if you're gonna use any type of hot tools, including the blow dryer, you wanna make sure you use a thermal protectant that is going to protect up to whatever heat you're using, okay? So let's say you're using 400 degrees on that flat iron, that, you know, thermal protectant better protect up to 400. You know what I mean? Okay, so I hope you guys like it. If you love this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you guys have any questions, let me know. I'm always available. You know, I make myself available as much as I can to answer your questions, and leave them right down here on the comments. Let me know. I think it would be fun if you guys let me know where you're from. You know, I think that's always kind of exciting to see where you guys are watching me, you know. Also, any suggestions for any future videos. Although, I mean, like I said, this whole month is dedicated to just hair. So if you have a particular question, definitely let me know. And if you want to continue seeing more of these type of videos, educational videos, and how-tos on personal services, things that you can do at home with a professional approach, definitely subscribe to this channel, because I post videos every single week with a lot of great information, like I said, okay? And also make sure you obviously give it a little thumbs up, and hit on that little bell so you get the notifications for every time I download something. If you want to find me on my social media, on Instagram, I come up as The Color Chemistry _Jenny, and then on Facebook as The Color Chemistry by Jenny. I'm gonna leave anyways all the information down here, so in case that you want to have an appointment with me, also if you're in the area, all that is going to be down here. Okay, you guys, like I said, I'm really excited that I was able to share all this information with you guys, and I hope this is gonna, you know, transform your hair, because there's nothing like having beautiful hair, especially this year. We want this year to be better, okay, including our hair. So I hope your best, and I'll see you next week.